Another summary witness, DeLeassa Penland, a special agent, was next on the stand. The records of her summary chart reflected that Cassie and a man, named Jules, she testified joined them for freak-offs, were both in New York in December 2009, as she testified. The records showed that Diddy paid for flights for Cassie and Jules, and a room at the London hotel. For the first time, the jury was shown actual video of the explicit encounters. A credit card statement shows one of Diddy's hotel nights charges were paid off by 5 different bank accounts, including some linked to Bad Boy Entertainment and Combs Enterprises. In October 2012, Diddy paid a hotel $46,786 for penthouse damage. On Father's Day 2013, Cassie texted Diddy, "Thank you for always showing me love and happiness the way it's supposed to be. Can't wait until we have a baby of our own to celebrate Father's Day." Juror number 6 has been inconsistent in answering questions about where he lives, so the judge dismissed him. Next on the stand was Ananya Sankar, a paralegal specialist. She is a summary witness. She reviewed the accuracy of government charts that summarize exhibits. She read messages between Christina Coram and Ryan Lopez, one of Diddy's assistants. Ryan texted Christina, "LOL, think I saw one of the cowboys today. You can spot them in a lobby like an escort. I forgot to tell you about it." Christina responded, "BTW, how long is he gonna stay awake?" Ryan responded, "LOL, I'm guessing until tomorrow night." The jury was shown texts between the assistants, Christina and Diddy, regarding setting up hotel nights and arranging money. Diddy arranged to get substances from a dealer called Guido. Cassie sent Christina a message, "No one deserves being dragged by their hair. I locked the door for my safety." On Wednesday, June 18th, the trial was adjourned for the day due to a juror calling in sick. The court was closed Thursday for the Juneteenth holiday. Brendan Paul, one of Diddy's former assistants, was the next witness. He stopped working for Diddy when he was arrested on March 25th, 2024. Brendan forgot to remove Diddy's substances from his own bag. He didn't tell the police that it was Diddy's, out of loyalty. Brendan testified that he also sometimes used substances to help him stay awake and alert. He saw Diddy use substances, and he also had to obtain some for Diddy. He also testified that Diddy stopped holding king nights at hotels after the Cassie lawsuit. Brendan was asked if he had good experiences working for Diddy. He responded, "For the most part." The attorney asked Brendan, "Sitting here today, how do you feel about Mr. Combs?" He responded, "It's complicated." The next witness on the stand was a special agent for Homeland Security Investigations, Joseph Cerciello. He reviewed charts of evidence to confirm the information in the charts corresponds with the underlying exhibits. He said that the 44 entries on the chart range from May 2021 to August 2024, and the only woman's name on the chart is Jane. He testified that before Cassie's lawsuit was filed, most of the locations were hotels. Afterwards, none of them were at hotels. The jurors have watched at least 50 minutes of explicit video. Many of the jurors were paying attention, but there were moments when 2 jurors closed their eyes. The public and press cannot see or hear the videos. The prosecutors have rested their case. Defense attorney Alexandra Shapiro made a defense motion for a judgment of acquittal. She argued that the government failed to meet its burden to prove the counts against Diddy. After the prosecution rested their case, defense attorney Alexandra Shapiro said that the prosecutors failed to show that anybody conspired with Diddy. She noted that the prosecutors alleged that the conspiracy between Diddy and Christina Coram began in 2004, but Christina did not become significantly involved until around 2016. Shapiro said that the jury did not see any text to Diddy that would indicate that Cassie did not want to participate in the freak-offs. She said, "A person in Mr. Combs' position clearly would have understood that, on the contrary, she enjoyed the activity and did not feel coerced." Diddy confirmed that he does not want to testify. Judge Aaron Subramanian asked Diddy how he was feeling. Diddy said, "I'm doing great, Your Honor. I've been wanting to tell you, thank you, you're doing an excellent job." The judge, chuckling, said, "Thank you, I appreciate it." Diddy's defense team presented their case. Defense attorney Anna Estevao submitted several exhibits into evidence. She read part of an explicit text conversation from April 2017. Diddy asked Cassie what she was going to do. Cassie wrote back, "Be your little freak." At 4 of 7 meetings Dawn Richard had with the government, she did not say that Diddy threatened her by saying, "Where he comes from, people go missing if they say things. At Mia's first 3 meetings with law enforcement, she did not say that Diddy initiated contact with her. Brianna Bongolan, a longtime friend of Cassie, did not tell the prosecutors at a meeting prior to the trial that Diddy said that he could end her life at a photo shoot. The defense team has rested its case, and the prosecutors do not intend to present a rebuttal case. Next on the agenda is the closing arguments. The prosecutors took 6 weeks to present their case in Diddy's trial, and the defense team only took 30 minutes. Most of their work was done in the cross-examination. Prosecutor Christy Slavic presented the government's closing argument. She listed some of the alleged crimes Diddy committed: kidnapping, arson, forced labor, bribery, and sex trafficking. She said, "You heard all about how the defendant again and again forced, threatened, and manipulated Cassie and Jane to have intercourse with escorts for his own entertainment." She reminded the jury of the 2 similar incidents, when Diddy assaulted Cassie at the hotel and Jane in her home. Slavic showed the jury images of 27 men that Diddy hired to have intercourse with Cassie and Jane. Diddy made both dependent on him. Slavic said that Diddy forcing Cassie and Jane into grueling days-long encounters without sleep qualifies as forced labor. Prosecutor Christy Slavic said that it defied logic to think that Diddy's most trusted lieutenants were totally in the dark. She said, "They knew what he was doing, and they helped him do it." She discussed illegal substance distribution, telling the jury that they were an essential ingredient of every freak-off, the way the defendant kept Cassie and Jane awake and compliant in rooms for days. The jury was reminded of when Capricorn Clark was forced to do lie detector tests and was kidnapped to go to Kid Cudi's home. She said that Diddy was behind Kid Cudi's Porsche's arson damage. Diddy's bribery happened when he tried to get rid of the video footage of the 2016 Intercontinental Hotel assault of Cassie. Prosecutor Christy Slavic wrapped up her closing argument by saying, "Up until today, the defendant was able to get away with these crimes because of his money, his power, his influence. That stops now." Mark Agnifilo, an attorney for Diddy, gave the defense's closing argument. He said that the witnesses called by the prosecutors and the evidence only showed a swinger's lifestyle. He said, "Sean Combs has become something that is very, very hard to be. He is a self-made, successful black entrepreneur." He recounted the positive things some of Diddy's former employees said about him in their testimony. Agnifilo said, "Did they always like him? No way. Let's not even go there. But they loved him. They didn't want to leave him." He said that no witnesses said that they were part of a racketeering conspiracy. Agnifilo said that it shows Diddy's good character that his mother and 6 of his 7 children is in the courtroom. He also took care of Jane by providing a roof over her and her son's head. Diddy only wanted to avoid bad publicity by paying to get the video footage of the 2016 assault. Defense attorney Mark Agnifilo said that the alleged victims is only after Diddy's money. According to him, Cassie is the winner as she got $20 million when she sued Diddy in November 2023. He agrees to the domestic violence but says there were love between Cassie and Diddy. He said that Capricorn Clark was not kidnapped as she was taken home every day after the testing. Agnifilo said that there's no evidence that Diddy had anything to do with setting fire to Kid Cudi's Porsche. He said, "He's gonna fight him. He's not gonna blow up his car." Agnifilo acknowledged, "There's no doubt that he had personal use substances. He obviously has a substance problem." Wrapping up his closing argument, Agnifilo said, "He is innocent." Diddy appeared to have a nervous energy. He was very fidgety, tapping his foot on the floor under the table, shaking his legs. His face also looked stoic. Assistant U.S. Attorney Maureen Comey done the government's rebuttal. Prosecution feels that the defense team is just blaming others for what Diddy has done. Diddy is trying to wiggle out of federal transportation charges by saying he never tried to pay anyone. It's irrelevant what the escorts thought. The law pertains to Diddy's state of mind when he transported the men for prostitution. Diddy knew what he was doing was illegal because he said in text messages to Cassie that she needed to make sure the escorts weren't undercover cops. Maureen said that Cassie, Jane, and Mia did not have any financial incentive to testify. The prosecutors aren't claiming that Diddy's companies themselves were illegal, but that they used some of the money to further the enterprise. The jury has to find that only one freak-off or hotel night was sex trafficking for Diddy to be convicted. To close off the rebuttal, she said, "Find him guilty."